Beavers, butthole. I'm going to prove to you right now how Satan disguises as an angel of light. Look at that. Normal oatmeal, right? Yummy. Strawberries and cream. Well, hold up. Watch, but you got to look closely. Look, if you move in closely, you'll see something insane. Look at this. You'll see this.
We used to keep these instant oatmeals on deck, and I personally like the strawberries and cream the most. And then I started paying attention to the ingredients. And if you notice right here, you'll see natural flavor. When I learned what this is made out of in this, it blew my mind. Just check this out. Hold on a second.
And castoreum, typically called natural flavor, is taken from a beaver's anal gland. It's far cheaper to use castoreum, or beaver's butt, to flavor strawberry oatmeal.
That's what Satan be doing, y'all. That's what Satan be doing, y'all. We're just so oblivious. Dude, what? What? Beavers, butthole? I'm going to prove to you right.
And this is why we need the kingdom. This is why we can't keep the laws perfect. Just one. You know, we're not sovereign. We're not in control. The devil is ruling. And the devil's objective is to deceive you. The devil's objective is to defile you. We need Yahweh Shai in order to escape death. We can't keep the laws, all right? It's impossible for us to keep the laws perfect. And the devil is going to make sure that he's going to make sure that we eat defiled food. Now, I personally don't eat this shit, but there is plenty of foods besides this, okay, that he says has natural flavor. He used animal buttholes to do it, but this is what's prophesied in the scriptures. We would eat this way because of our transgressions against Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai. Before I go any further, all praises, honor, and glory be to the Heavenly Father in the name of his only begotten Son and the Holy Spirit in the Holy Tongue, which is the Lashon One Kodash. Call Halayim Law Yahweh Basham, Yahweh Shai, Wawa Kodash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders at Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the 144,000 and the rest of the hopeful elect. Peace and salutations to you that subscribe and listen to this truth wholehearted through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai. This is just something quick. You know, we've seen the clip in the beginning here. And as I was saying, you know, we need salvation. This is exactly what the Lord told Ezekiel concerning the way we would eat our bread. This is Ezekiel 4:13. And the Lord Yahweh said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whither I will drive them. Then said I, Lord Yahweh power, behold, my soul hath not been polluted. For from my youth up even till now have I not eaten of that which dieth of itself or is torn in pieces, neither there came there abominable flesh into my mouth. Well, Ezekiel's back here today, and likely, you know, he's eating abominable things. Okay? We've all eaten abominable things, not even knowing. Okay? Now, this is why it's vital that brothers read the ingredients, do research, and understand what they're consuming. Because the devil, he has set up all of these different organizations that deem that the food is clean and healthy, you know. And when you go to this video, you read the comments. Right here, this first comment says, this is from Wacky ZC1. He says, all of America needs to start a class action lawsuit against the federal, the Food and Drug Administration, the FDA, right? Because these people who are over governing our food and telling us what's healthy for us to eat and what's unharmful for us to eat. They don't care about our dietary laws. They don't care about what the Bible says abominable. And outside of what the Bible says abominable, who in their right mind would eat a beaver's ass? All right? Who in their right mind would even think to look to eat beaver's dung? You know, for any reason, you know, let alone put it in food as a natural ingredient and sell it to people. This shit is diabolical, man. Verse 14, Ezekiel 4:14. Then said I, Lord, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah power, behold, my soul hath not been polluted, for from my youth up even till now have I not eaten of that which dieth of itself, or is torn into pieces, neither came there abominable flesh into my mouth. Then he said unto me, Lo, I have given thee cow's dung for man's dung, and thou shalt prepare thy bread therewith. Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, behold, I will break the staff of bread in Jerusalem, and they shall eat bread by weight, and with care, and they shall drink water by measure and with astonishment. All right, and you saw like this man, he was astonished, you know. He's astonished by
doing, y'all. That's what Satan be doing, y'all. We're just so oblivious. Dude, what? Beaver's butthole? I'm gonna prove to you.
that's what Satan be doing. And that's why uh 2 Corinthians 2:11, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. All right. And what is he? He's known as what? The accuser of our brethren. Okay. This is his objective, is to defile you. Okay. And because we transgress the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai early, our forefathers, which we are our forefathers coming back, the consequences of our actions has led to Satan being in power, ruling over us, and to defile us before the Lord is his objective. That's why the Lord, he told us, right? I'm going to get this first and I'll get to what he told us. This is Revelation 12:10. And I heard a loud voice saying, in heaven now has come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our power, which is what we need ASAP. We need it like yesterday. Okay? The kingdom of our power, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and the power of his Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power day and night. See, putting this beaver's butthole and who knows, baby fetus. I mean, the list of different abominable things that he's been known to put in food is endless. All right. He don't give a shit about your health, man. Okay. This man doesn't give a shit about your health. These food administrative organizations and all of these different people who govern over our food and water, they don't give a shit about your health, man. Because sickness is big business in the medical field. All right. They capitalize off of your ignorance and illness. Let me get this word accuser real quick, right? It's the Greek word G2723.
Strong's G2723. Strong's G2723. Categareo.
Outline of biblical usage. It says to accuse before a judge. Who is the judge? Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. To make an accusation of an extrajudicial accusation, right? What's the judicial accusation? Okay. That we are what is the judicial accusation? Eating unclean. So when we eat this shit, say, look, Lord, they eating unclean. You told them not to eat like this. Look at they eating Beavers' butthole. All right. This is Leviticus 11:44. It says, for I am the Lord Yahweh, your power. Ye should therefore sanctify yourselves. All right. Meaning make yourselves holy. Make yourselves clean. Make yourselves pure. And ye shall be holy, for I am holy. Neither shall ye defile yourselves with any manner of creeping thing. A beaver is a creeping thing. With any manner of creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. Okay? So I just typed in eat abominable in the AI overview. The Spirit had me do this. In the Bible, eating abominable, detestable, unclean things refers to consuming animals prohibited by Mosaic law, such as pigs, camels, rock badgers, all right, and seafood without fins and scales like shellfish. Okay. What is I'm gonna see is this is a beaver considered, even if it's not, we know it's not a clean animal to eat. All right. Yep. So they say they two different type of animals, right? But nevertheless, a beaver is unclean. Okay. It doesn't have a divided hoof, neither does it chew the cud. Okay. So let's do this. Yeah. Beavers are rodents, which is a creeping thing. Okay. Beavers are large semi-aquatic rodents known as nature's engineers for their ability to build dams and lodges, creating wetlands that benefit many species. All right. So it looks like a big fat ass rat. Okay. This is not clean for us to eat, man. All right. Look at that. And this is what's in your food. The butthole secretion of a beaver is in your food, right? Beaver butt for natural flavor. It says castrium is a natural substance sourced from the castor sacs, scent glands of beavers located near the base of their tail. Yeah, they ass. You know? Historically, this vanilla, raspberry, or strawberry-like flavoring. And so if you go get something out of the store in a box, all right, you go get something out of a store and it says with natural flavors, right? Don't assume that those natural strawberry flavored or natural raspberry flavored or natural vanilla flavored foods actually comes from real strawberries, raspberries. You know, they never say made with, well, rarely do they say, I'm not going to say they never say, but mostly they say it's this flavor and it's naturally flavored. Okay. So naturally flavored mean it could come from anything in nature. All right. A rat, a bat, a goddamn skunk. You know, these bastards don't give a damn about your clean eating morale. It says historically, this vanilla, raspberry, or strawberry-like flavoring was used in foods, beverages, and perfumes. While FDA approved and sometimes listed as natural flavoring, its use in modern food production is rare due to high costs. Yeah, right. Says, what is it? A yellowish, slimy secretion from castor sacs, often confused with anal gland secretions. Yeah, okay. Combined with urine. So they try to be they try to euphemize the uh the level of disgustness, if that's even a word, that they use animals uh to give us food with. They use the animals to sell us food. The parts in the process that they use animals to sell us food. They try to euphemize it, but then turn around and sell you, well, yeah, it is combined with urine, used by beavers to mark territory. It says, where is it used? Historically found in ice cream, puddings, baked goods, candy, and alcoholic beverages. And that's why a lot of you be bugged out of your mind drinking all them different liquors, especially, flavored liquor, those uh uh strawberry burness, the peach palm suns, and all that bullshit, the flavor coming from uh animal buttholes. This shit is madness, man. And they wonder why we be mad. They wonder why when we teach, when we out here on the highways and hedges, we fucking cussing this world out. Esau, Edom, we cussing the devil out. And we cussing you stupid ass Jakes out for always scoffing against us, because we out here calling out, crying out to you that we are being destroyed by this man who you fucking in love with and trying to save, man. Excuse my French. You love this man, That's why he give you all the fucking snaps and the food stamps and give you Jakes the assistance. You run in there and buy all of this bullshit ass food, and he's licking his chops like, yeah, look at these niggas go destroy themselves, right? You look at the image of the Quaker Oat man, now it takes a whole new meaning, right? If you look at the Quaker Oat man, right, which you see the thumbnail, right? That will be the thumbnail, the Quaker Oat man. And you look at that fucking grin on his face, he's like, yeah, I got them niggas, the accuser of our brethren, It says, is it still in food? It is extremely rare in modern commercially produced food, as synthetic vanilla is far cheaper and more readily available. Oh, okay. Yeah. The cat's out of the bag. Now you could come with this. But what does it say? I want to say somewhere it said they gave amount of years. It was like 80 years. Yeah, here goes another key point. It says safety and labeling. The FDA considers it generally recognized as safe, GR gross, because it is classified as a natural flavoring. It does not have to be explicitly labeled as castrium or on ingredient labels. Yeah, because if you explicitly label it Beaver's butt, naturally flavored with Beaver's butt, ain't nobody gonna buy that shit. Why was it used? It has a strong, pleasant scent, often described as similar to vanilla, and is more heat stable than many other flavoring agents. Yeah, because it's you using it to preserve the food as well. You can keep it on the shelf longer. Longer shelf life means it's profitable because you don't have to throw it away as fast. All right, and people are able to buy it, have more opportunities to buy it. Okay, while technically true that beaver secretions have been used, technically true, nah, it's true. While technically true that beaver secretions have been used as food additives, the notion that it is common in today's product is largely considered a myth. Oh, okay. Yeah. All right, motherfucker. It shouldn't have never been used. And if it hadn't been found out, if the cat hadn't been out of the bag, which is still being used. But if the cat hadn't got out of the bag, you know, if the beaver hadn't got out of the bag, you wouldn't even be telling us this. All right, this would have never been known unto us, which it should have been if you want to use it. But see, that's the deception. If you were going to use it, right? Why didn't you explicitly label it naturally flavored with beaver's tail? And that's how the devil operates, man. Okay? And that's his MO. So going back to what I was saying earlier, what is that? Is that First Peter 5? May devour whom he may devour. Is it 2 Peter 5 and 8? The devil's MO. 1 Peter 5 and 8. So like it, this is 1 Peter 5 and 8. And I'm going to read it in the NLT. It says, stay alert, watch out for your great enemy, the devil. He prowls around like a roaring lion, looking for someone to devour. Okay? Stand firm against him and be strong in your faith. Remember that your Israelite brothers and sisters all over the world are going through the same kind of suffering you are. Okay? So watch. Just stop picking shit up off the shelf and just eating it. And don't be ignorant of Satan's devices just because he labels it organic, just because he says it's natural, just because he says it's no artificial flavors. Don't think that it's it's pure. Nothing here is pure. Okay? Nothing here is pure, man. The pure things are yet to come. Let's see. So when you look at let's go to Isaiah. I'll end it here. This is Isaiah 24. I'm going to start at the top. It says, judgment on the earth. It says, behold, the Lord Yahweh Shah maketh the earth empty and maketh it waste and turneth it upside down and scattereth abroad the inhabitants thereof. And it shall be as with the people, so with the priest, as with the servant, so with his master, as with the maid, so with her mistress, as with the buyer, so with the seller, as with the lender, so with the borrower, as with the taker of usury, so with the giver of usury to him. The land shall be utterly emptied and utterly spoiled, for the Lord Yahweh has spoken his word, right? So for all of these works, that's why 2 Peter 3 said, the earth and the works thereof shall be burnt up, okay? Because all of these works going on in the earth, Esau, Edom being in the dominion seat, it's all wickedness. It all leads to death on some level, all of these abominable works, right? All of these abominable works being done in the earth are going to be burnt up, man. right? This is Psalms 14:1, a Psalm of David. The fool hath said in his heart, there is no power, right? And this is how Esau Edom thinks. He thinks there's no other power besides him. He don't believe he has to answer to anybody for the works that he's doing. Look at Trump. Trump said he goes off of his own moral integrity. He don't need international laws. You think he give a damn about biblical laws? Hell no. They are corrupt. They have done abominable works. There is none that doeth good. So this is ultimately what I was referring to when I was saying nothing here is pure. Okay? Yep. And our people, they follow after the wicked. You know? It just pertains to them. Titus 1:16, it says they profess that they know the Most High. Right. You know, our people still think in God we trust on the dollar bill is talking about the God of the Bible. They're fucking idiots. It says, but in works they deny him, being abominable and disobedient, and unto every good work reprobate. You know? So they'll have something to say about this. No matter how much you try to show our people who the devil is and the works of the devil, they'll deny it. You know? Ah, man, y'all just conspiracy theories. This is not a fucking theory. We showing you the facts. This is conspiracy facts. This man is conspiring to destroy you. And that's why the Lord, it says he's going to destroy them that destroy the earth. Right? It says the land shall be utterly empty. This is back in Isaiah 24:3. And utterly spoiled, for the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua hath spoken this word. The earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languish and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish. Okay? NLT Isaiah 24:4. The earth mourns and dries up, and the crops waste away and wither. Even the greatest people on earth waste away. Okay? So these people that are on high and think, you know, who shall bring me down? First, they're going to have the worst destruction. Okay? The banking families, the elites, the ones who control the different government agencies, the World Health Organization, the Food and Drug Administration, you know, they're going to be brought down. They're going to be brought down in an extravagant manner by the hand of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Says the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws. Right? They don't care about the dietary laws. They don't care about your pureness. You know, they don't care about what's kosher. Right? Which goes back to the word kodash, I believe, which means pure, holy. It says transgress the laws, change the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. Therefore hath the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left. All right? NLT Isaiah 24:6. Therefore a curse consumes the earth. Its people must pay the price for their sin. Right? And the man of sin, Esau Edom, is going to pay the ultimate price. And we constantly preach this message of the gospel to wake up our people, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. All right? We're preaching this gospel to you because when that destruction comes for the man of sin, all of you dwelling in sin, are going after the ways of the wicked, you're going to be burned in this fire too. Isaiah 24:6 again, NLT. Therefore a curse consumes the earth. Esau Edom is that curse consuming the earth. Its people must pay the price for their sin. They are destroyed by fire, and only a few are left alive. Lord, will you edify, call Halalim, Law Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Wawachaha Kodash, Kwam Yasharala, Abab Abal, Rise Israel, destroy confusion. Shalom.
I'm going to prove to you right now how Satan disguises as an angel of light. Look at that. Normal oatmeal, right? Yummy. Strawberries and cream. Well, hold up. Watch, but you got to look closely. Look, if you move in closely, you'll see something insane. Look at this. You'll see this.
We used to keep these instant oatmeals on deck, and I personally like the strawberries and cream the most. And then I started paying attention to the ingredients, and if you notice right here, you'll see natural flavor. When I learned what this is made out of in this, it blew my mind. Just check this out. Hold on one second.
And castoreum, typically called natural flavor, is taken from a beaver's anal gland. It's far cheaper to use castoreum or beaver's butt to flavor strawberry oatmeal.
That's what Satan be doing, y'all. That's what Satan be doing, y'all. We're just so oblivious. We're dude, what? What? Beavers' butthole? I'm gonna